Jobber Nation, welcome to what? Are you knocking on the door?
Is
Oh,
it
I'm gonna
on?
I'm gonna
That's his
open it.
paw. That's his paw.
You're
Oh,
there. You're
please.
there.
Welcome to another episode of the JTP Lounge. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Black, and we have two amazing gentlemen joining us on this week's episode of the Lounge. It is
Excuse me. There's
well
only one
overdue.
gentleman, and there's an animal. There's a lion. Like, what's wrong with you?
Lion!
Ah!
See?
Lion and
He's a lion.
Minos!
Onward!
I wish there was like closed
He's a
captioning
lion.
so that it could have just came out like on the bottom of the screen of him yelling.
He's
Well,
a lion.
anyone
Yeah.
anyone that comes on, before we let our guests introduce themselves, tomorrow, those that are on the live feed, tomorrow night, Women Crush Wednesday 2, here in Brooklyn, tickets will be on sale at the door. Any pre-sale has stopped, thank the Lord, but we are excited. We have a very special
Who
announcement
is
tomorrow
that?
as
Those
well.
I'm
titles.
about
I'm
to.
sorry. I'm sorry. I saw someone talking some stuff. Keep those titles warm for us. That's
Chris
Oh,
Barton.
that's real cute.
well, as I was saying, tomorrow night is Women Crush Wednesday too, but our pre-show is for the men, for the gentlemen of Battle Club Pro, and we have, before they introduce themselves, we have our Battle Club Pro Tag Team Champions on with us
Ooh,
tonight, and they are in a fatal four-way match against Prolific, against Chris Barton and Dominic De Niro, and the debut of two of the Fallout Shelter students. I will leave their name for tomorrow evening because it's really good. But no further ado, you guys introduce yourselves. Let the viewers and listeners know who you are.
Lion, you could go first.
Roar! All right, I
That's
talk, guys. All right, I
Lion.
talk. All right. Like I talk. Hey, yeah, I'm Jay Lion, blazing one. One
And
half of the greatest show in professional wrestling.
I am
ooh,
your
ooh.
Proudest Black, and together we are your Battle Club Tag Team Champions, the main event.
Welcome to Real
Get your
Man and
heart
No
out,
Shade.
fight or die.
So, God, thank you. We were talking before we went live and saying like this is well overdue. We've been watching you guys' growth from the beginning as a tag team. So it's so dope to see where you guys have come. Um, I'm gonna let the gentleman. You guys want to start off with any questions?
So just get this typical question, the story of how you guys became a duo.
Mm-hmm.
Because every duo starts out single.
Yeah. So it started. We met at House of Glory, training under Amazing Red. I
Whoop,
had
whoop.
this tag partner that just kind of left wrestling, and it kind of left me stranded. And Red was doing, a training tournament, like to get everyone match ready, and it was a
Mm-hmm.
tournament style. And I had got taken out the tournament because I had no partner anymore. So he kind of just removed me, and I kind of asked Red if I could find a partner. Can you let me participate in this practice tournament? And he said, yeah. And I found Lion, and I approached him like, hey, one night only. What do you think? And Lion, you could tell him what you thought from there.
And I was like, one night only. I love TNA.
What?
I
Nah,
cannot
get
stand
it?
this.
But yeah. So one
What?
night only. Sorry, that was for the marks. Because I am one. Uh, but nah, yeah.
Oh
So it
man.
was one night, and honestly, the tag team synergy we had was just like unbelievably organic.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, everything clicked and flowed. I like it. It was just fun. I was having fun with someone that I was growing an organic relationship with outside of the ring and in the ring. Like we're breaking bread together, sweating together, bleeding together. It's cool. Like it was really cool. It was really fun.
And then I popped the question, and I got down on one knee, and I said, Lion, will you be my tag team partner for
Yeah.
life?
He had a ring too, and then he
I
lit it on fire, and then he told me go through the hula hoop. All right.
Bars. Bars.
Whoa, 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 whoa. To my knowledge, I thought that you called him like a Pokemon.
Oh,
you know, I
you know
used
he
the
learned.
steak. I use the steak to
Alert
lure
me.
him in.
Yeah, you
The
know.
steak is the lure. The steak is
So
the
you had a
lure.
lure, and
Yeah, I had a
then the
lure.
music hit. It went doom 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 doom.
Up. And then I called him. And I got my money, and it was like, dun, 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 dun.
I'm dead.
He had the
Okay.
master balls to ask me out. You know what I'm saying?
The master balls.
And you said yes. Look at
I
that.
did. I did. And here we are. Match made
What
in
was
heaven.
Red's comment on it when you guys decided to become a tag team?
He thought it was cool. Like,
Okay.
legit.
He thought it was cool. He thought we meshed well. The only thing he kept telling us was, y'all got to get on the same page as far as y'all characters.
So
Like,
talk a little bit about that. Like you guys, once again, before we got
a,
live, we were talking about it a little bit. But talk about your transition in terms of your character development, because you guys, when we first saw you guys, the main event we saw then is not the main event that is now. So talk a little bit about the transition of of the characters that you guys have now.
as far as me, I was working on trying to debut as a heel. And I want big bad heel guy.
This guy
And
with the
I just couldn't get it to work. It wasn't believable. It wasn't translating. Like, I could say the right things, but you don't believe it. And it was because I was missing this layer, and I didn't understand that back then. Like, I was missing this layer of like, where does all this come from? You can't just come out and be the man. You have to work your way there. And
But you also have a lovable face.
no, thank you.
Yeah, like
At the
I was gonna
time, believe it
say.
or not, Red told me you will never be a face.
And then I told him, bro, it's fun on this side. Legit.
And it just kind of like Red told me you need to find a character that's gonna go with him, and I can't be a bad guy and he's a good guy, and my character has nothing to do with any, like, how are we gonna complement each other? And that's what made me reevaluate my image. And Lion, you could talk about your transformation.
Yeah, no, same on my end. Like I was really like I came into wrestling wanting to be a Samoa Joe, Benoit, like really serious guy. Like I had no like comic aspect to me at all. I was just really dry, really shy, but I just wanted to come and kick ass because I have like whatever background, martial arts background that I have, and I thought that would pass me by. But like I think also us being a team has helped me unlock like I guess that fun loving like just like happy go lucky person. Especially once I put a mask on, forget about it. I really got to I guess peel off a layer and really show who I am on the inside and
You
what
are Lion, buddy. You are.
Lion.
that's a layer. So it was a very big change for me, honestly. Like and it was a big deal for me.
What made you go with the mask? Because I mean, ladies, he's not ugly under there. I will say, I'll give him that.
Thank you, Janelle,
So,
for hating.
what what made you go with
Right.
the mask?
Human
So
resources. Janelle
you're
from Human
annoying.
Resources. Why did I choose to be under Lucha Mask? First off, like, I'm very into like the Lucha and like Latino culture. I do love doing Lucha. I have sprinkles of it in my moveset. And honestly, I didn't have a good personality. Like I was too shy to bring my real personality out. And I think it clicked one time when I went out with my best friend, and it was Halloween, and we dressed up as Ted. Yeah, like the teddy bear. And I was completely like rated R, completely different person, having the time of my life. Like, and I'm just like, damn, you know what? Maybe I should put a mask on because someone told me I should wear a mask. That it'll change things for me. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try this out. And here we are. I'm not even trying to do so much of the roars and the crawling. I'm really trying to like be myself now and be authentic. Because there's a certain like we tried to do a podcast one time where I'm gonna roar, grunt, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, this is just not who I am, and it's not gonna get me through this hour.
I also don't like speaking for him. Like, I like speaking for him, but Lion has his own mind, and he has a beautiful mind that needs to be shared.
Agreed.
Definitely agree.
Where'd
So,
where'd you go, bud?
oh, okay. So, how was it for Lion. Lion, let me ask you a question. How was it wrestling a dinosaur on AEW?
Hey guys, you there?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, are you there?
you. Yo, we can hear you. Oh,
Oh.
he's
Oh,
gone.
He'll
he'll
be
come
back.
back.
He'll be back.
He's gone.
Yo, so all right, while he's gone,
Yeah,
Midas,
yeah.
give us a crazy road story
Wrestling story. Yes.
that you and Lion have shared together.
There's
Crazy
somebody
wrestling
called.
story. So you should I answer this first or should we get back to him?
No, you can tell the story first, and then we'll
Mhm.
get back to
Mhm.
him.
Crazy road
Hello,
story.
hello.
Yeah, you
You can
can
hear
hear
us?
us? He's dying.
He'll be back.
He'll be
Yeah.
back. Crazy road story. Um, so this is like towards our beginning years. Private Party got us a booking in Canada at C4, and
Okay.
we wrestled the pre-show, but we drove them to Canada. So we had to pull over the road real quick for a quick second. Quinn gets out the car. Quinn tries to get back in the car, but we leave the car locked, and we make him chase us maybe like a good 5 minutes on the highway, like just keep going back and forth on the highway. But if anyone knows Quinn, he probably did something to deserve it because Quinn loves to joke around and play a lot of pranks. So it was just about time we got him back. That's one I have. I'm pretty sure Lion could think of something else, but
Well, talk about if you guys can, or like your Mania experience last year. You
Yeah. How
guys
was
being
that?
booked during WrestleMania weekend. If I'm not mistaken, for the first time together. So talk about that experience, because that actually, you guys had a very busy week,
yeah, we
because
did.
right before WrestleMania you guys were in Jacksonville. So
Yeah.
just talk a little bit about that journey of
So,
that week.
so it was that week. First of all, like to this day, it still means so much, just because to go there and be I'm grateful to have that experience, and I know Lion's grateful to have that experience because we spoke about it. But that moment right there was a moment for me where like 8-year-old Nate, that Nate 8-year-old Midas, want a wrestler, and I saw myself in that stage, and that was the closest I've ever been to that dream. And to know that I was there for even 3 days was just enough validation for me to keep going, and I belong here.
Are we talking about
Mm.
So,
all of wrestling?
yes,
Dark?
we are.
Yeah, we're talking
So,
about
Yeah,
your amazing let up week into WrestleMania weekend.
you know,
yeah.
to earn a lot of people's respect backstage that we've either looked up to before or just met or working for a while that's never met us, and like from FTR to SCU to Jurassic Express to Dark Order, like to earn their respect, and just that's just stuff that we can't even ask for. Like we're just blessed and grateful to have that. Um that week pretty much set up a lot of things for us, and it just proved it. That is what started or continued to push our momentum, because it just lit a new fire under us. Like we left with so much knowledge, we left with so much experience to get feedback from everyone from Jericho to Santana and Ortiz to Cody Rhodes. Like it's just a lot of knowledge to take in and really go out there now that I'm
Yeah.
back here.
I really think also, like, to add, to piggyback off what he was saying, there was a certain level change on how we approach pro wrestling after that weekend. Because once you get a taste, you want to go back so bad, even to this day. Like to any company though, like not even just AEW. Like if it was a WWE, shoot, I'd jump. But it's also a level change of, like, we don't have to do as much as we thought we did prior just to get over or just to get on shows.
Explain
Um,
that.
um, just doing more than we have to. Like, a lot of pro wrestlers rely on doing too many moves or taking too many risks.
Or
Instead
trying
of
to go viral off of something that is like you could have done the match without it, and it probably still would have been so hot. And it's
Mhm.
just for a quick pop or a quick 15 minutes of fame. that you get stuck in this bubble of you're only good for this.
Yeah.
And we just feel like we're so much more than that as characters, especially, and we're just learning that character is everything. Like, you know how to wrestle and you can back it up is a great thing. But if you have a character, you're forever gonna win.
Like Nigga Taker.
Ah,
Yes, like yes.
You bad boy, very bad boy.
Gentlemen, you guys are trained by the Underground King, Amazing Red.
Yes,
Can you tell the audience about what the experience of training under him and what have you learned from him?
go ahead, Lion.
damn, where do you start? Like, where do you start? Shoot.
Well,
Anyway,
what actually made you guys go to HOG?
Well, me personally, like I was an Amazing Red fan. Not so much in ROH because I was a lot younger and I wasn't really put onto indies like that. So maybe
Mhm.
like Impact or TNA. But yeah, I followed him from TNA. I knew when I was 18, I kind of had a sense I wanted to be a pro wrestler to try it, and I knew he had a school in Queens, so I was kind of like following the product, like from far away. I would just never hop on the train or try to get a car and go over there. But I actually trained at another place at first, and it wasn't the greatest place, and I'm not gonna name drop, but uh, three people from House of Glory trained there also, and they saw that I was more serious than probably anybody in that school, and they just told me like go to Hog, go to Hog, go to Hog, and I clicked with Red really fast, because again, even that wave and Mike could tell you that wave of beginners, it's like 40 people, but once you pass that and you show that you're hungry enough, like that you wanna be at that next level, like Red, like he goes to you pretty much. And once he sees something in you, like he really like puts the tender love and care into every single part of like your advancement. So like that's just my experience.
As far as me, I actually had no clue where to look for wrestling schools or what that actually entailed. How do you tell what's a good wrestling school? You really can't. Um,
Mm.
but I got lucky. I always say I got lucky because I just found House of Glory through my old tag partner. Again, he did his research. He was gonna go to Johnny Rod's school. I can't afford a Johnny Rod school. Um, I can't afford that.
Johnny Rod is the down payment on a house.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
I think I was
It's
22 at the time. I'm just like,
pretty pricey.
I don't have that. Like, I'm just getting out of college. I have debt to pay. Like, and I kind of like, he went there. He said, "I'll let you know how it is," and he didn't like it. And he's like, "Hey, let's check out this school together." And we ended up checking out Hog. And just talking to Red off rip, I kind of knew he was a good person. Like, I'm very good on picking up vibes, and just the way he talked to me with respect, from not knowing who I am, I could have been someone that doesn't take this serious and coming in to waste some time. And he spoke to me like with the utmost respect, and it just was very welcoming. That I was like, I'm gonna come here, and I don't regret anything. A lot of people will go out there and try to like slander Hog or whatever, and I just tune everything out because we're just built to ignore BS and just focus on our job. And I thank God that House of Glory taught me how to just mind mine and do what I have to do.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Mm, mm.
If you stay in your own lane, you don't have to worry about anybody else's. At the end of the day, like me and Midas and I, like we really take it day by day, and we just want to be better wrestlers, performers, entertainers, and human beings than we were the day prior. That's really just the goal, just advancement and just constantly just getting better. So we don't care about that outside stuff, the politics. You won't hear our names in any weird circles. You know what I mean? Or in any drama or BS because like we're here for the wrestling, period.
So, how do you guys shape your characters? Like, what inspiration do you got? Like, what kind of movies you guys watch? What prior wrestlers? Tell us the process of coming up with the main event.
It started with The Greatest Showman.
Uh-huh.
It definitely all starts from there. Like, that is the base
It's a great movie.
of us.
Fantastic.
Um, just because like my mom is the one that told me like, hey, you should do a circus thing, and I'm like, hey, that's pretty whack. I'm like, hey, that's pretty whack. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna chain a lion and I'm gonna like have him jump through this hoop for a suicide dive. And I'm like, wow, that might work. That might work. And
Oh, man.
then, like she said, you haven't even watched the movie. Just give it a watch. And I watched it and I'm like, wow, what a great movie. Someone just said that in the chat, and I agree.
Mhm.
Movie. And it was just right then and
Yep,
there.
I love that movie. Yep.
The music, the great, this is the greatest show, that beat before our song now, that was our anthem.
Yeah, I remember.
That's what we came out to, and we had all this energy, and it just, that song would hit and it just changed the whole world for us.
Yeah.
And so a lot of inspiration came from there. And then, we have a lot of inspiration from teams like, the Dudley Boys mixed with some Hardy Boys, mixed with some like
Motor City Machine Guns.
a little Motor City, a little Los Guerreros in there. Like we have a little bit of like everything. Like we just try to find literally bits and pieces of everything and just, and then like
our own seasoning and flavor on it.
Some little bit of sazon on it.
And then we're also
Adobo.
I'm not even not putting us on Amazing Red's level, but we're from the mindset of Amazing Red. Like he gave us the mindset that we have. So you also add that in there, and it's kind of like we can only build from here. Like we're nowhere near level, but he's definitely instilled the seed in us that is just continuously growing every day.
Yeah. And to
He's
be
the
creative,
underground king.
yeah, like our creative juices flow all the time, and we're really like some stuff that we come up with that we talk about like with ourselves, even for a match that we have coming up yesterday, that we can't really go into detail about, but like we just come up with crazy stuff. Some of it is crazy over the top, and some of it is just the simple, easy, like wow, all right, like. But it's just our minds are always the juices are always flowing because it has to be
A
that way.
lot of inspiration also came from Private Party and Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, really?
Makes
How?
sense. Yeah, how?
Just the way those two teams can just work together in unison and look like they're always on the same page, and just like the synchronicity that they have, it's a beautiful thing to watch when they wrestle and when they tag. And they just kind of instilled in us, like, if we could get on the same page for everything, where I know what you're doing and you don't have to look at me to know what I'm doing, and just all that stuff, that is what makes a tag team a tag team.
Yeah. Ortiz and Santana, like whether they know it or not, like they've actually even certain talks and certain just listening to them about tag team wrestling because they really do. First off, Santana always told me and Mantequilla like always pay it forward, and Monte tells me that and reminds me all the time as well. So that's Santana's thing.
Can you let
Ortiz,
people know who Monte is?
Mantequilla, well, if you don't, you should because he is one of the nastiest, and he's probably the closest one to having Red's footing in House of Glory. So
But
shout out
he's
to
one of the
Mantequilla.
nasty luchadors on the East Coast.
Hell yeah. 100%.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but yeah, so back to that, like, and Ortiz will always like he told me one time very early on, and he said it, over and over and over again, like, uh, where Midas is, like, you can't be too far behind, and vice versa. Like where one is, the other one has to be right there, and that's kind of like a flow that we adopted as well, like, and that's because of them and watching them and studying them, because I've studied and so has Midas so many of their tapes, Private Party and Santana Ortiz, from dating back to EYFBO when they were doing their stuff in Beyond and Limitless Wrestling. Like we literally pave our way in the indies after those two teams.
Because I think that,
So,
yeah.
I was about to ask you, like, it's kind of a kind of a statement, like question, statement and question. I have to admit, y'all niggas drip. It's on point. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. How y'all evolve y'all drip from when I first seen y'all until now. Boy, seeing that in person, I was like, y'all drip is different. And seeing guys on Dark, I said,
Was
that
it the white
moment,
color y'all wore on Dark?
yes, the white color.
That was the debut. That was the debut.
I'm
So
telling
how
you,
did y'all pick it? How did you
I'm just
realize
about to
figure out
ask
which
that.
colors to
Yeah,
use?
yeah,
So I think the first, so I'll just give you like the evolution process for all of them because we only have three and they're really fast. The red one, the red gear that we have is very like my thing is velvet and his thing is a little velvet too. That came from the Greatest Showman off rip.
Okay.
Like the jacket style of his jacket, like I was like, I want that, and then they found a way to throw that on pants, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then like I got the like the Midas on the butt because the golden ticket. That's your entry to a show, a circus show. Like that's how you put
Mm-hmm.
it together. As for like that's how we got the red gear together. It was the Greatest Showman.
Yeah, then we had the green and purple, which was Mardi Gras theme. We actually debuted it on a house show in February, and that was a
And,
really cool colorway.
and then that was the birth of the suspenders because I was like, I think suspenders would look cool. Like I don't know. Like I think suspenders would look dope. It's different. No one wears suspenders a lot like that incorporated in their gear unless it's like some random I'm a businessman or I'm a CEO. Like
That was the birth of my long mane because like my first mask was more kind of like Lindsay Dorado esque, and I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, like this is cool, but like it looks more like a monkey bear, like I don't know what. Just the mane, like the mask was cool, but like the mane, I'm just like, it just didn't translate. So like I just asked for an extension of it,
So you got
and
a weave.
pretty much,
I'm done.
I got that Indian fur, you know what I'm saying, the good stuff, the
I
expensive,
cannot.
you know what I'm saying.
He hunted it himself.
And then weaved it in.
You know.
So
and,
So yeah,
so
and
it's
then we had we were wearing those colors for a while, and we wanted to kind of like inverse it because we were waiting for Hawk to come back, which kind of like felt like forever, which I'm happy that we're finally back and doing what we're doing now there.
facts.
Um, so we just were like, yo, let's just inverse the OG colors and like add some like, we did some white with the red and gold, just inverse it. It'll be
and
cool.
then that just came out. That just came out. Like to me, it looks like Dalmatian colors, so I call it Dalmatian. Like it looked like the Dalmatians from Disney, but
It's different.
that just came out so icy at the time, and I was like, wow, like this is really nice. And then the story leading, like the way we even got that, like it was crazy because like we got that legit the morning of our flight to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Really?
I almost missed my
Oh,
flight.
yeah, I remember that.
So I was already out in Florida. I believe I was with my daughter.
Yeah,
And
I actually snuck away from my job at the time to go to
My man was
Jersey.
out here running to the gate.
That no, I went to Jersey, New Jersey. My flight was in LaGuardia at 3 o'clock, which I was already like not supposed to be out early. So I went like around 11:30, shot straight to Jersey to pick it up. Came back and I literally made it to the gate like an hour. Like I made it to the airport an hour before like the door
Damn.
closed.
Oh, you
Yeah.
good then? An hour before you good.
Yeah, but still like I still had to go to work and like just a lot of stuff was going on. It felt like I wasn't gonna make it. It was crazy.
the
Wow.
the that gear just we knew we needed TV ready gear.
What is
That
TV ready gear?
TV
Hmm.
is just like gear that
It's more
wrestlers
fresh.
forget. A lot of wrestlers forget, especially the ones like up and coming. Like your gear is everything. Your look is
Yeah.
everything. Like you
You
need
need
to
you need
look.
you need fresh presentation. Not
And
Mhm.
same old.
we just felt like our first two sets of gear was so beat up because we haven't had time to get new ones that we just knew like, yo, we going on TV. We need to look the part. Like even like we need to look as
Yeah.
best as we can. And that
Yeah.
when we put that on, it also unlocks a new confidence when you just feel fresh.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
buying a pair of
It's like getting
sneakers,
a
going
haircut.
to a party and trying to girl. Like you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna get it. Like I'm fresh.
yeah. If
Um,
you if you look good, you feel good, you do good.
Exactly. And now we have the blue gear, which is based off of the Space Jam 2 colors, because I think whether
oh,
Oh, now I
Ooh.
see it.
no matter what
yeah.
no matter what you think about the movie, I think the jerseys went hard.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, those colors, think we could do them. And if y'all think y'all like the gear now, wait till y'all see the
See the
next one. That's
next
all I'm gonna
one.
say.
Yeah.
So tell us about how you guys got the call from AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So it took a while, because traditionally, I like we can only say like this is hearsay, but New York was getting a bad rep for a while, like before, because like some people just I guess didn't perform to TK's standard, or anybody in the or what's his name, the one before Sean Dean that was doing it,
QT.
QT, yes,
Oh,
QT.
yes,
QT
yes, to his
Marshall.
standard, yeah, to his standard, so like yeah, so Private Party, shout out to Private Party. I love Isaiah and Quinn, even though I hate them right now because they kind of like beat us up. It's kind of like, so
Kind
it's a
of.
love hate relationship. But I'm still thankful for them, because they put the word in to get us on, and then before we knew it, like we got an email saying when like the dates of the loop and everything, and it was right before WrestleMania weekend, so it was perfect. And the rest is history. It's really was like it was a blessing. It was really a
So
blessing.
let me ask you guys a question. How are you guys able to still like stay? Tell me your guys' journey during the pandemic and how you guys stay relevant during that time.
I love this story. I love this
Yeah,
story so much because like a lot of people for the pandemic, it took away from a lot of people, including us, like in our personal lives. It took away from all of us. I lost my grandfather in the pandemic from my father's side.
Oh, sorry to
So
hear
no,
My condolences.
it's all
that.
fine. It's all fine. Life continues. I love him. I'm glad he's resting. But you know, it was just in pandemic. All I did was talk to this man right here, and he would talk to me.
Me too.
And I'm just like, bro, I'm going crazy. Like, I need to wrestle and I need to team with you again. Like, I'm going crazy, and we're just, of
yeah,
course, we don't know when it's coming back. And fast forward to August, wrestling starting to open up a little bit here, but here and there, and we're just like waiting for this one place that we don't know where it's gonna be, but
yeah,
who knows? And then we get a message like, hey, someone canceled. Can you guys come wrestle? And I'm like,
yeah,
of course. So like we just spent the whole pandemic
yeah,
mindset wise just saying whenever we get back, we need to like just kick it on another level because whatever momentum we just had, it just got killed.
yeah.
Like
And
everything
and
Everybody said.
started.
and we didn't have as much momentum as we thought we had. Like it was coming, but
It
it's
was on
not.
the verge. It was right
It
here.
was there, but it was a blessing in disguise because like the pandemic gave me an opportunity to really take care of my body because like I work a full-time job outside of wrestling.
Mm.
So like I wasn't my most fit, and I was able to drop 20 pounds, and he was able to put on some weight, and like we came back, and I think like I had trained one time before that, and it was like nothing. There was no
No
like
rush.
no missteps, no
No rush.
rust.
Oh, good for
Like
y'all.
we
No
came
rush.
back better. We came
Felt
back
it
hungrier.
felt like that. And I remember just going to that first booking at Pizza Party. Shout out Pizza Party Pro Wrestling.
Yeah,
Um and we wrestled and I remember just feeling bigger and feeling
yeah,
healthier, like
yeah,
just different body. And I'm trying to get back there now, but I'm still bigger than what I was before pandemic.
yeah.
And
And
like I
we
was go ahead.
no, I was saying we ended up even closing the show,
No, yeah. And
which was
it
cool.
just from that one match back, things kind of just started building on. And pandemic wrestling in the pandemic, whatever you want to say, that was the biggest blessing for us because a lot of people in the wrestling business took a step back with I respect their reasons why because we did not know what was up
Wow.
with the virus. We didn't
Yeah.
we did not know what was up and I understood everyone's fears and I don't judge anyone for any thoughts they have on COVID, even if it's way different than mine. But we took full on advantage because we knew and we said this, we are in no position to say, hey, I'm not wrestling.
Yeah,
We are
and
in no.
also,
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, like I was working outside the whole pandemic in the city of New York, where was the hotbed, and I'm like, if I could do this and do a job I freaking hate, like, and risk it, I'm gonna risk it doing what I fucking love. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's period. Like,
Yeah,
we're gonna go after it. We
I,
have to.
I just already made in my head. I'm not gonna let this pandemic stop me from living my life. So
Yep.
I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and
Yeah.
everyone who took a back seat, they kind of lost their spot, whether it was in tag team wrestling, whether it was singles wrestling. There's a lot of fresh new faces now in indie wrestling, period. And it's because of that gap that was left.
So
Uh,
you talk a little bit about, you guys, of course, being a tag team. I want you guys to talk a little bit about the current state of tag team. Like, it's always a debate, like up here, we're always like,
good questions,
we always feel like where the tag teams at? Where the tag teams at? And then if
What?
you go compare to the South, you're like, there's too many tag teams. So what is your experience depending on, I guess, the region? Because, you guys have traveled Midwest, you guys have traveled to the South, of course, up New England, and then you guys were just in Canada not too long ago. So what is kind of the tag team scene now? And, like, what do you feel like it's missing?
Well, the tag team wrestling is hotter in the Northeast than it's been in a very long time. So if anything, I don't think tag team wrestling is as big in the South as it is in the North. And
So
we
you
could
feel
do
like
the
there's been a switch?
It's complete opposite. There's really like I don't think we've wrestled too many tag teams in the South. I mean, I don't think there are too many tag teams in the South that we haven't wrestled yet, to be honest. And I
wow.
really think
And
if you if you
if there is, because maybe we just don't know, if there is, we would love to meet them. Like
word,
we love tag team wrestling. I want to meet every tag team for everywhere.
yeah, but
Um,
definitely, Drew Cordero with Beyond Wrestling, and Paul with Wrestling Open, and Randy with Limitless Wrestling. Like they really like post pandemic put a really big focus on tag team wrestling. Like we can name a list of 13 tag teams legit in the Northeast. It's very, very, very hot.
yeah,
Wow.
It's very
it's
hot.
there's a lot of people. You have like people like Wave and Curls. Wave and Curls is amazing. You have
Brick City Boys.
I'll even say, listen, man, no matter what people think, us or them, the other main event is fantastic too.
They are good.
Power to
Yeah.
them,
Yeah, me.
respect to
Hell
them.
yeah.
They
Shook
TM
Crew.
is dope. Shook Crew is dope. There are so many teams out there. MSP. There's so many.
Miracle Generation.
The rep.
And Miracle Generation is fresh. The rep is they deserve their flowers forever and
Prolific.
prolific. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
tag
So
Okay.
team wrestling is alive and well in the Northeast.
so let me
I
get a
think
little
it's the
messy.
hottest in pro wrestling, honestly, in indie wrestling. Challenge us if you guys think differently. If anybody thinks differently, the Northeast is tag team wrestling, period. From New
So
England to Connecticut, I mean to New York,
but what's
period.
the beef with New York City not getting having a bad rep right now?
What do you mean?
I don't think it's now. I think that was before. And
Okay.
so if it was before that don't even matter. Like
Okay.
we
Good.
we we good now, and we did our part to help rebuild. Like just what we mean by let me matter of fact, I'll answer your question, Will. What we mean by that is NYC. You have legends that came from here, low key. You have Red,
Hit
Eddie
Squad,
Hit Squad. You have all these guys that have made their name in NYC wrestling,
even the
and
Briscoes did. Even the Briscoes did.
everyone, and for a long time that was missing. That was missing, and it's like we're just trying to do our part to rebuild that. The main event is NYC Wrestling.
You like
Charles,
G Unit.
you can
Wait,
say that. You can say that because you got Cash Flow, you got Charles Mason, you got Montekia.
Nolo
Anyone could,
Catano,
anyone could fight us on this. We are
Encore.
NYC Tag Team Wrestling, Encore, Nolo Catano. Anyone at House of Glory, we are NYC Wrestling.
Oh, so
And
Period.
so not you're not even that. You're like Rockefeller.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
we're so listen. I mean, they're all elite and everything, but I would love to even say and challenge Proud and Powerful and Private Party for being NYC Tag Team Wrestling. Because if you don't think you're the best, you shouldn't be here. Period.
That's true. That's true. That's some
That is
bars.
true.
Yo,
That's
so
some
Pride and
bars y'all
Party,
spit.
Proud and
That is
Powerful. What's up?
Yeah.
The
Who
circle
that
would
is
you
is
guys
always
true.
love to
crazy.
face?
There you go.
Those two teams right there.
That's
So
what we
like
want.
together or like separately?
Separate.
I
You
want
haven't faced them yet?
I want both. I want together and separate.
Yeah.
You guys haven't faced them yet?
I mean,
No,
we had Private
we've
Party in
only
a four
we've
way.
only touched with private. We've only wrestled private party once, and
That's surprising.
that was in a 4-way, and we were just starting out as the main event.
Oh, okay, okay.
Favorite
Wait,
match
I have
over
a
your career?
wait, hold on. Before you answer that, what made you guys spell Maine the way that you did?
Come on, Janelle, the Lions mane.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
wordplay for the Lion.
oh.
The wordplay is the main event, but also, you see us, we're gonna give you a show. We are the greatest show in pro wrestling, and that's why we are the main event. And you take it as you want it, whether it's MAIN or MANE, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Oh.
But okay, now you can answer Roka's question. What greatest match you guys have had? Like the match
Yeah,
you're most proud of?
greatest match
That's
was proud of.
that's hard.
I have one.
What? I
When you
already know
guys
what
won it.
you're gonna say. I already know what you're gonna say.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling too.
No, but that is a great match of ours. That is one that is a hit. And honestly, I think it got better as it went along because the one we had at Limitless was great. It was fire.
Sea Stars
Honestly,
were also our first intergender tag team wrestling match.
Really?
Yeah,
yeah.
like
I mean,
we never
the
wrestled gender before that, so it was nice to challenge ourselves, and they challenged us to like take a different approach instead of like just brutally beating down the girl. Like, how can we make this
An
cool?
athletic competition.
y'all versus them at Java Slam for the titles. Man, they
That
were
was,
coming
let me tell
in.
y'all, that was
Yo,
the
son,
hardest kept secret
son,
I've ever had.
Oh man,
son.
I
They were
got
coming in to the entrance. The next thing you know, you see the flag. Oh,
Gotta start
fire.
that at 10.
Yo,
Son.
listen.
I
It's
think I think to answer your question from me, my proudest match is our match with FTR. That's my proudest match because I just remember finding out we were gonna wrestle them, and Lion wasn't with me, and I said, "Hey, bro, we're wrestling FTR," and he said, "Yeah, okay."
I'll say the same thing too. Yeah,
like,
And
yeah,
okay.
all right,
I
whatever.
said, I'm
Yeah,
No,
not.
good
for
rib,
that
good rib.
I said, I'm not joking. I said, we're wrestling
You
FTR.
thought he ribbed you?
And he's thinking I'm ribbing him, and he's like, all right, joke's over. And he sees my,
Yeah, I see our names on the board, and I'm like,
and he
oh
goes
shit,
look at
we're
the
wrestling
board, and
the
he's like,
revival.
yo, wrestling FTR. And I'm like, I told you, bro. So,
Damn,
we were super nervous because to me, they're number
they
one,
are
right?
tag team
Like
wrestling.
they
Yeah,
are tag team wrestling right now. They're just killing on all cylinders. And we were very nervous to be in there with them, and we were in there with them, but we just like I said it earlier, but to get their respect out of anyone that we were there with, like we love tag team wrestling so much and look up to them so much. Their psychology is just amazing, and to get the respect that they gave us, even if it was this much respect, that I could take that with me and be like, okay, let's do this. I'll see you guys in the future. Like,
yeah, he said that too. Like he said, he thanked us, for doing what we did, and he said that he's gonna pay it back one day. That's what they said. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, and we put it out to the universe ourselves all the time. That's gonna happen. That we wrestle them one day. It's like that's our dream match. I think because they're the biggest heels. They're the biggest bad guys. and we're very big baby faces.
with so
So
much work to grow on, and it's like, how what a better way to grow than being in there with someone like that.
yeah,
Dang,
So
son. So
how have you guys been able to balance life and wrestling? Like, mine
good
is not
question.
everybody knows you're a proud daddy over there,
Yes, I
and
am.
over there lying got his full-time job and life, and always complaining about how he can't spend time with his friends. So, how do you guys balance life and wrestling?
um, it's tough. It's tough. I just, my daughter and me, we don't live in the same state, and
Dang.
I do my best to I'm really very back and forth, even if it's for a week or 2 weeks. Like, I really do my best every month to make sure I see my little one. Now I have a job in real life too, so it's gonna be extra tough. But it's just really just going through the motions and doing what you have to do. When we all live life, we all know when we have a lot of stuff on our plate that you can't really gauge anymore. You just kind of, it's just you work.
Just
You work.
do.
you just
You
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what you have to do, and you just try
Mm.
to find that time to squeeze it in there. And that's just what I do. I know that my wrestling comes first, but I know my little one comes first. So it's like wrestling is first, but my baby girl is first. And I know that whatever I do in wrestling is building towards what I'm gonna do for my little one. But when she needs me, and I'm gonna make myself available. Um,
Yeah.
and as
Dad of
far
the
as,
year.
yeah, I try, man. I try. Like, no matter what
Mm.
anyone thinks, or like, no one knows my life but me. I don't care what anyone says, and I never care what anyone says because they don't live my life, and that's just what it is. Like, so thank you for the Father of the Year comment, because I
No,
think
you
about that.
definitely no.
Definitely deserve it.
It's definitely admirable to see, like, especially the back and forth, because, like, of course, like, we all know, like, we know each other, so like I can say I know for a fact, like, you do the absolute most to make sure you spend time with your child, and that's important. But it's a lot that, a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of people sometimes in wrestling don't get to see or understand, because we hear all the old time stories, and stuff like that, but it's like, for real, like, if this is like your passion and your love, you're gonna have to sacrifice some things. But I do know you definitely try your utmost to try to be there as best as possible. So
So both of y'all mentioned how y'all changed physically. How you guys evolved mentally throughout the years to this point?
Go ahead, Lion.
yeah. I think it's just the constant reps is what really brought our confidence level to an all-time high. That's why we really flex like we're the best, because we believe we are, and because nobody in indie wrestling tag team wise could, we're gonna believe that could light a fire, like, or could kind of like do what we do. Like, we're still looking for that, like, that set, that pair to have like that big series with. You know what I'm saying? And if but I really think above all, what keeps us pushing and what keeps us confident is our consistency.
It's
Um,
it goes to consistency. It goes to our fan base. It goes to, like, you know, sometimes just even talking to random fans and seeing what we do for them on a personal level, or getting random love on Twitter or random love online, and it's just like, wow, I didn't post anything today. You're randomly thinking of me. Thank you so much for taking the time to just include me in your day somehow. And I'm glad that I somehow put a smile on your face without even knowing I did. Like,
yeah, we really love our fans. They honestly put a bigger smile on our face than we could ever do for them. So, like,
more
we
than they
really
would
want to thank them
more
for
than they
that.
would ever know. Like, sometimes we
Yeah,
just know how to express stuff. Sometimes we're just super tired that the mood is just, it looks like we hate people. I'm like, no, I love all.
no, we love you like 100%.
no, you don't look like that. The other one, actually, the other one, he sure do give the don't fucking talk to me.
You guys talk about all the good stuff, the right mental things and everything. Have it ever came close to you guys almost gave up on this?
Good
Never.
question, so well.
We've never had the talk, but I'm pretty sure like we've had times where we've talked about it, like like, but we've never had the yo, this is it.
Yeah, like
Like you know what I
it
mean?
might be just a place of like complaining for 5 minutes, and I'm like, gosh, I just want to stop, but I don't mean it. Like I don't mean it ever. And I think it. A lot of people don't know this. There was a time where we almost split up when I was having my daughter. I almost was gonna walk because I didn't know if I could be able to balance and maintain and having a wrestling life is having a double life. You have to
Yeah,
I have to
that's
I
right.
have to pay for real life.
Say it. Say it louder for those in the back.
Wrestling is a double life.
Yup.
What Midas Black outside of wrestling requires is not the same as what I require in wrestling. And that's two different spendings going different. So I'm just like, all the money that I've sacrificed on wrestling, like, can I continue doing that and take care of a little girl? And I'm like,
Child.
I was this close to like just stopping and working a regular life, but I just keep thinking of like, oh my God, if I make it, or oh my God, if this really kicks off, I can really not only be happy in my life doing what I want to do, but I can take care of the people I need to take care of. So
Mm.
I just, put everything on faith and believing in myself and in line, and that we will be taken care of when the time is right, because we worked for it and we earned it. And thank God I'm still here, because he knows I was this close. And I told him like, hey, bro, I'm having a baby and I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep wrestling with you. Simple.
Dang.
And
Speaking about family, what did your guys' family think when you told them, I'm gonna be a professional wrestler?
Oh man, my old man probably thought I was crazy. To be honest with you.
my mom was here for it. My mom just wanted me to go to school and finish college. And I met her halfway. I went to school. So, but I've
You didn't
learned,
finish.
I and I think it's okay. Like, I like telling my story because I'm not ashamed of it. I
Mm-hmm.
did what I had to do. I had a tough major. I was a bio major. I
A
wanted
bio major?
What?
I
Did
was a
you want to be
bio
a
major.
doctor?
I wanted to be a physical therapist just in case wrestling didn't work out.
Oh, okay.
Still be in the field somehow. And I that's what I wanted to do. And I was good at it for like the first couple. And then I transferred to Albany, and it just was a different world. And I got depressed because I felt
It
stupid and I felt like I couldn't do it. And I
was
got,
also cold.
yeah, it's not,
And a lot of parties.
yeah, but
That's over.
you know,
That's
I
overrated.
that wasn't my problem. Believe it or not, that wasn't my problem. It was just
Okay.
really like I just wasn't understanding the work, and I wasn't retaining it the way I was before. And I was like, I'm calling it quits, and I'm gonna go wrestle because I'm not getting any younger, and I'm the youngest I'm gonna be right now. At the time, I was
Said Midas at 22 years old.
22 years old, and I was like, you screw this, I'm gonna go do it. And my mom had a hard time at first, but I explained to her and she got it. And I said, school's not for everyone. And it's okay.
Wow.
It's not about whether you finish or not, it's what you do. I told her I have friends that have that piece of paper and they still don't do anything. And it's not their fault. It's just the way the world is set up.
She didn't
And
throw chocolate at you?
nah, man. At this point, I'm too old for the chancleta.
Oh, okay.
Like after a certain point, listen, after a certain point, Spanish mothers get tired.
I think that's all mothers.
And it usually
Don't
Yeah.
comes after the first kid.
Yeah, then they
So
start throwing glass and books and weird stuff.
And frying
you got a
pans.
book thrown at you?
but I want to get back to this because I don't want it to sound like I'm downplaying school. I'm all for school and I'm all for people that go to school. But it's also, don't feel bad
Fresh.
or
Yeah.
pressured if it's not working for you. Find out
Mm.
what you can do after. Because there are tons of ways to be successful without that piece of paper.
Mm. You sound
Mm.
like Kanye.
That's a
I
bar.
don't listen. I don't mean to. It's just
No, it's bars.
No,
It's
it's
bars.
valid.
it's just really is
It's
true. Like I
valid.
say, people forget college is a business and it's an investment.
Yeah,
I got a
And
degree I don't even use.
yeah, and also some people like
You
to
sure don't.
like. I know this is completely not wrestling related, but to put the responsibility on a 20-year-old to know what they want to do for the rest of their life before they've barely lived it is crazy.
No, it's true because when I was in college, I'll swear up and down that I want to take up social work, be the best human service, and become a cop. Now, at my big age of 32, I'm a fucking podcaster, and that's my dream job. That didn't exist when
Yeah,
I was 22. And now, 10 years later, is the biggest thing. So go
right.
figure.
yeah,
Sad.
man.
What a journey. So, any last questions before we do wrap up?
Of
Um,
course, of course, of course. Top five favorite rappers. No particular order. It's just your top five favorite.
Top five favorite.
It's gonna be different for both of us though.
Dead or
I
alive.
I would hope
Yes.
so.
No, that means I had that they're in sync. That's they're taxing. I'm not surprised.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Kanye, Jay-Z.
I
Um,
agree.
sheesh, this is hard.
I'm gonna say Nas, Big Pun, 50 Cent for me.
Ooh,
You said
Big Pun
Nas and
nigga, that's
Fetty.
right.
two
Okay.
Queens
Big
people
Pun.
on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but always gotta do it for the
For
Bronx
the
for Big
bounce,
Pun.
for
You know what
the
I'm saying?
boogie.
Um, I
You
don't.
know?
I can't give you. I know Kanye and Jay are like of all time.
Yeah, yeah, for
I
sure.
can't give you the rest of all time, but I could give you like top three that I listen to right now. Like,
No, but they said
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
favorites, like favorites, not
Yeah,
all right,
favorite. Yeah. It doesn't
not
so,
matter.
about
so
lifetime.
I'm gonna throw Cardi and Megan there. I'm gonna throw Cardi and Megan there because they always get me hype.
Yeah,
Um,
especially when WAP comes on. This guy's a monster.
and
Hey yo, hey
Wow.
yo,
I just kidding. I
hey
just kidding. I just kidding.
yo.
JK,
no,
JK.
no,
He said
no,
how
not
that.
in this
He
house.
said how
No,
that.
no,
He said
no.
how that. Take a walk from one.
Guys
He's a
all about his
monster.
WAP, you know?
And
What?
This
I
guy's
think
all about his WAP.
last one might go to Kendrick. Last one
Oh
might.
yeah,
Mm.
K Dot. Whew.
Okay. Okay.
Yo,
Okay.
I gotta throw Benito in there, Bad Bunny, because Puerto Rican. Shout out to
Bad
Benito.
Bunny.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Bad Bunny, bad, 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 bad.
Bad,
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 bad, bad.
bad, bad, bad Bunny.
you know.
Yo, who would have guessed? Bad Bunny would be that good at wrestling. Like, who would have guessed? Like,
Well,
we
if you
trained.
train,
I
if
would
you
have.
No,
train,
I would have.
yeah.
nah,
I would have.
nah. I've been training. There's some guys that train all they want. They just don't have the it. They
Bro,
could teach it.
I
They don't have
knew,
the it.
I knew he was gonna be good off of the fact that I knew he had all the celebrities that do well in wrestling are the ones that have a love for it,
Yeah.
and he had love for it. He said that before he wanted to be a singer, rapper, he wanted to be a wrestler. So like that was him living his dream, and he had the best people to teach him.
Yeah. Look at Pat McAfee. Like Pat McAfee, before he even got to the E, had a whole ring in his backyard.
Yeah, like they love this stuff.
They're fucking marks. That's why they do so well.
So I knew off rip like that he was gonna once they announced it, I was like, he's gonna kill it. I said
Yeah.
it, he's gonna kill it. Just like I knew Stephen Amell was gonna kill it because he's just an athlete.
Yeah.
Like he's an athlete. Like there's a
That
lot
is
of
true.
celebrities that ripped it,
Oh,
man.
Snooki didn't do too hot though. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Well,
Snooki's
we
not an
already
athlete.
know.
Nah, no, just kidding. WrestleMania,
I like
bro.
I
I
hate
like Snoop.
you.
Okay, for entertainment wise, that was like the bare minimum he did for a celebrity. Like it was bare, like okay, it was entertaining, but I don't want to see it again. Like I didn't go back. Oh, they watched WrestleMania for that match.
Never.
Never.
It was to see Trish, to be honest,
Ooh.
right?
Oh,
Listen,
behave, young
I don't
man.
like white women, but
Wait,
Trish is exception.
who have you guys met that you guys were like
Ooh,
starstruck? Like just like, oh shit.
Luchasaurus for Lion. He's like,
No.
oh man, another animal. Was it Bobby Fish? He's a fish. You're a lion. You try to eat him? Yeah, I'm I'm on it today.
Oh,
Because for tomorrow's 420,
damn.
my favorite holiday. So,
Oh, damn. Somebody celebrate.
I don't
hmm
He
who
after the show.
who was I? I
Damn,
don't
I
know.
don't know, man. I don't really fanboy like that, but I really feel like I have.
But who's somebody? Yeah, like who's somebody you was like,
yeah.
oh
Oh, you
snap.
know what? I met The Rock on Live with Kelly.
Yeah.
I was starstruck there.
You met who?
The Rock, Dwayne.
Wait. You talking about Chris Rock or
No,
Dwayne with Young Rock?
no, Dwayne Johnson.
Nah, you
How?
playing there. You talking about Boulder, cousin.
Bro,
Boulder.
we're on everything, bro. My mom was like, "Hey, you want to go to Live with Kelly?" I'm like, "No, I don't watch that show." And she said, "Well, The Rock's gonna be there," and I was like, "Whoa!" And like, so I didn't meet him, but I touched his shoulder,
This
and
this
I just touched his
nigga
shoulder.
here.
I touched his shoulder, and I remember running away like, "It's
I will
over.
say,
I'm gonna make it now because I touched the great one." So
Yo, I
that's
thought he was
really
gonna
that's
say
that's really
he
why I
spoke to
keep
him.
that's really why I keep doing this because I touched the Rock's shoulder.
He's like, I touched the shoulder.
No,
He said,
that's a phenomenal shoulder to touch.
Bro, I touched it. And I was like, "Wow, this is amazing.
Such a massive shoulder too.
This is bro. He's huge. He's huge."
meaty man. I don't know. I don't think there's anybody that I've fully like marked out over. It's always gonna be Homicide quietly. I don't care what anybody says,
oh, okay.
and Midas knows that. I just like he's one of my favorite. He's the Godfather of NYC Wrestling. I'm gonna quietly mark out to him all the time.
He
For
is
the
the
rest,
Godfather.
My man said quietly.
yeah, very quietly, no roars around D. No
I got
roars.
another question for you.
I,
Yo, how
I,
was it? How was it? Okay, what was the moment that you had a fan out for you? Like,
All
how
the
was that
time.
for the first time experience that? The first time, dog. First time. How was that for both of y'all?
um, it's always super humbling, man. Like
Yeah.
I never know how to
Oh,
react.
It's
I
like
never know
it's
how
like
to
this
react.
kid. This kid the other day told us that we're his favorite wrestlers. I said, nah. Like
Oh, that's
this
We
is
sweet.
always
like
downplay
nah.
people.
Like
So they
That's
be like,
dope.
"You're a favorite," and be like, "No, we're not."
nah, nah.
And
You
No.
guys gotta start embracing that though.
no,
I mean,
no,
I get it.
we've started, man. We started, and like even I did a random photo shoot. I did a basketball photo shoot just to step out of my range of
mm.
stuff. And I did a basketball photo shoot that was sponsored by like Sony and everything. And one of the photographers there, I'm doing the photo shoot in my main event shirt because why not do a photo shoot? Why not free advertisement? So
Okay.
so one of the photographers goes, "Hey man, where'd you get that shirt?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's I have it on my link tree on my Instagram." And he goes, "Wait a minute, you're the ringleader?" And I'm like, "You know who I am?" He goes, "Yeah, I know the Lion." Yo, you guys are all. I'm like, "Yo, this is crazy." I'm
He
just doing a
fucking lost it.
Yeah.
basketball photo shoot, and he knew who he was, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's pretty cool." Like,
It happened to me recently at my gym. So someone who worked at the front desk, I walked in with my House of Glory hoodie, and what do you call it? So I pull up. They're like, "Oh my God, you wrestle with House of Glory?" I'm like, "Yeah," like just try to be quiet, keep kayfabe, whatever. She's like, "Yeah, well, who are you?" Uh,
Lion!
yeah. I was like, I didn't say I was this said person yet, but I was like, yeah, like yeah, there's this tag team House of Glory. Like, there's a ringleader and a line. Yeah, main event. They're awesome. They're so cool. It's like, yeah, they are. Like, they are.
He's the
They're cool.
worst.
And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'm the lion guy. It's like, started like bugging out. Like, I'm like, oh shit, cool. Like, I guess I'm popular. Like, that's awesome.
Yo, that
Said,
was the
yeah,
whole
thanks. I'm
thing.
gonna go work out now. Bye.
Yeah, I was just really like, I'm a shy guy, so I'm just like, all right,
Yeah,
bye
like,
now.
all right, bye. Yeah, that's him.
See you later. I'm gonna go work
All right.
out.
Yo, I love having awkward interactions with people. I like thrive off of it. It's so great. And then I laugh after. It's like, I don't know,
Because
whatever.
then he's good for making it more awkward and then walking away.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what he does. he'll make it more like obnoxiously awkward, and you all looking at each other like, did I just say something crazy? And then he just like walks away.
Oh, oh
Like,
my
bye.
God.
Gotta let it
I'm
simmer,
weak.
But
Yo, I
guys,
am
you
weak,
guys have
son.
any other questions before we let the guys tell the viewers and listeners know any upcoming shows that you guys have?
Well, thank you for the floor, Janelle from Human Resources. Um,
Anytime.
we call it.
Jay, so you said the whole government.
You know, you should legally change your name to Human Resources. That'd
I'm
be
not.
great.
Did I ever tell you
Yeah.
the one time a guy sent me a job posting for HR? And I had to,
Yo, that still tickles me.
and I had to, it tickles the fuck out of me.
That's
And I
it.
had to tell him, I said, I actually work in sales. I don't work HR,
Oh,
but thank
So this
you.
is fake. So
oh my
you're
God.
not from HR.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm
Okay.
the
Oh.
HR of this.
Okay, good. I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that.
Whatever.
Nah, but so I guess plug buy our merch, please. You know, we need money. We got link trees on our Instagrams. You can follow me on blazing_lion. You can follow
Send me guys
Midas.
link tree so I can put in the description below.
I got you.
Hmm.
Hold on. Actually,
Not right now.
all right. Sorry.
Dang.
Only because he'll forget. So that's why, but no,
Yeah,
not right
that's
now.
right.
I
All
won't
right,
forget.
all right, all right. As
I
you doing
won't
that,
forget.
like a fan did ask, like he came in late, so it's on like only right.
Called the main event.
Oh,
Mr. Bull, Mr.
I would just tell
Boggs,
him listen to
84.
the interview earlier.
Mr. Boggs, 84. We answered it a little earlier, but we just
Yeah.
became that because um, you know, we train at the same place under Amazing Red. He's a lion. I'm this guy that needs to be something with a lion. So what's better than just a guy, a lion tamer, or even better than a lion tamer, a ringleader? And then
He
wrestling.
proposed to me on one knee with the hula hoop. And I
And I
said,
said,
wow, this is the biggest ring
please
I've ever seen
be
in my
my
life.
tag partner. And he said, of course I will. And then they were like, all right, I now pronounce you the main event. And that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom, right there.
All right, so let's
All right.
plug y'all guys. Got ready to guys tomorrow, man. It's a big day for everyone here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
come out. We're gonna
Come
beat.
out and watch us defend these bad boys.
Ooh, look at the
Yep.
titties
Woo!
out.
I'm
Come
gonna
out, come out.
prolifically fight and not die. And there's gonna be a cool new Battle Club Fallout Shelter tag team that debuts too. So like, come through, and a bunch
You
of
know,
great
that's
women's
really
wrestling.
And not only
exciting.
that, because it's not just about us, it's really about the women's wrestling right
That's what I
after that.
said. Yeah, the women's
We're just
wrestling.
opening up the show for the ladies. So, ladies and gentlemen, please go tomorrow, Battle Club. Look up Battle Club on Twitter and Instagram. Find out how to get tickets because there are still tickets available. And
Description below.
watch the ladies rip it and watch the guys open up the show for the ladies. Like you guys
Mhm.
are for such a dope show.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys for being a part of it. And then
Thank you.
And
yeah, you know what, you guys, thank you. Absolutely. Thank you guys for, always being supportive of us.
Thank you,
It
thank you,
has
thank
been
you.
Thank
amazing
you,
to see
Fab.
your growth and your journey and us just getting, us getting to know you guys just personally. Like I always
Mm-hmm.
tell people, wrestling has definitely brought some amazing people in my life. And I know the boys can attest to that as well. But no, thank you guys for everything. And we
no,
just
thank
want
you.
nothing but the best for you guys. So
It goes the same way. Like we told you guys before, like you guys are killing it. Like literally,
Thank
like
you.
100%.
Thank
brand
you.
and the presentation, the way you guys interview is just it's different. It's different. And
Thank
I
you.
I could tell a bunch of people because I've been on some shows and they all do things differently. But you guys, especially for three people, like it's hectic. It's hectic.
Uh-huh.
All can't step on his
oh
toes.
Thank
And
you.
goodness.
Thank
you guys
you.
do a good job, man. And you guys make it fun. This is
Oh
fun.
yeah.
This is we've
It's
been on.
always a conversation. So no, we thank you guys for taking the time out. The champs taking the time out to speak with us. Once
Appreciate
again,
it.
you can catch them tomorrow night during the pre-show. Welcome to NYC's pre-show. 6:30 bell for the pre-show, so make sure to come out. Tickets will be at the door available. Pre-sale has ended, so you don't need to put the link. You're fine. So you can definitely come to the door and purchase a ticket. So we're not going to turn anyone away. We welcome everybody to come out, especially on a Wednesday on 420. We're going to have a really good show, a really good time. What other shows you guys have next coming up?
We will be in the building at Beyond Wrestling on Sunday at FET. Inertia, great show. If you guys can't make it over to Rhode Island, check them out on IWTV. We're making our Black Label Pro debut
Ooh,
on May
nice.
1st
Ooh,
Against Violent
against Violence
okay.
is Forever
for the
for
Black
one of
Label
their many
Tag
belts.
Team
Yep.
Champion.
Yeah, we
Dope.
have a lot of cool stuff. We should be in the building at House of Glory next month. Also, May 27th, May 15th, FWF with Matt
Hmm.
Cardona and Creator Pro on May 15th
Oh
in
wow.
Long
Yeah,
Island.
I believe they're doing a double header that day.
Yeah.
So it should be all dope stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're
Oh, and
Nice.
then
excited.
we can't forget because that's just May. We can't forget Black WrestleFest.
Yes.
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 Juneteenth
Yes.
weekend. Pretty Hills is putting on Black Wrestle Fest, where they're going to be doing a convention part on the 18th, the Saturday, and then Battle Club Pro will be presenting the wrestling part of it on Juneteenth
Yes.
Yeah.
day. So make sure to hit up Pretty Hills for all that information. If you guys want a vendor, if you guys want to be a part of the convention, make sure to hit her up, hit them up on Pretty Hills on all social media. And then, as I said, those are watching on live feed. We have a very big announcement tomorrow night, right before the show start, like right before the kickoff of the show. So we're really excited about that. We got a lot of things going on. Everybody's working. Everybody's trying to put on the best product and give the best that they can
Yep.
give. So we thank everybody for continuing to support. If you guys do come out, make sure to buy their merch tomorrow night.
It's gonna
Please
be a great
do.
time tomorrow
Fast.
night.
It'll be a really good time. Thank you guys. Thank you, Midas. Thank you, Jay Lion, for joining
Thank
us
you.
Thank
this
you.
Lion!
Thank you,
special.
Lion.
Jobber Tears. Thank you,
Ah.
Jobber Tears.
We
Thank you,
love you
Circus
guys.
Warriors. We love
Love
everybody.
you.
And onward, guys. Tomorrow,
Onward.
we will just say this. We will walk in and we will leave your Battle Club Pro Tag Team Champions.
Ooh,
Ooh, bars.
that is a tall order.
And I'm gonna listen and
Ah.
continue. I'm gonna continue listening to social medias real quick. Lion said his was blazing_lion. That's on Twitter and Instagram. And for me, Twitter and Instagram is ringleader Midas, ringleader M on Twitter. So
Okay.
that's where you can follow us, and we love to interact. So interact with us. Let's get to know each other.
Yes.
All right. Well, sounds good.
Uh,
Thank you guys for joining us on this late night episode of the JTP Lounge. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and Miss the Black. Hashtag Black Excellence. Hashtag we are out.
see you guys tomorrow, y'all.
Peace.